Hello everyone, this is Dripper, and today we are playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare, and we are going to be teaching me how to play the Zweihander. We aren't teaching any... We, as in me, me are teaching you to play Zweihander. Me teaching you. I know how to do stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys how to play Zweihander. As you can see, I just fucked up that first round. That was pretty meh.
All right.
And to give you guys a beginning overview for the Zweihander, it is freaking huge. Need to emphasize that. It is metrically fucking huge. As you can see, I poked him. He was like, "Wah!" He was all the way over there. Oh, by the way, this is McMuffin. If you saw him in my last video, the arrow dodge tactics video, he helped me out quite a bit, and he is helping me out in this video as well. As you can see, I'm not doing my normal tactics sort of thing. This is actually LG dual server again. A bit more, notarized. I'm sorry, a bit more better planned than normal. Because we won't just be doing random duels. I'm actually going to be able to show you guys very specific tactics against specific classes and whatnot in a planned sort of manner. And this guy is an extremely skilled chivalry player. He is very good at man-at-arms, so I may make him swap out
Skilled in the arts of war.
at some point. That was probably the worst duel I've ever seen him in. He is a freaking fantastic man-at-arms. Anyway, back to the Zweihander. It's freaking huge. Look at that thing. Its range is massive. Its damage is massive.
Whoops-a-daisy.
And as you can see by the stats, it's freaking huge. It's slow, though. But that can work to its advantage, as you will see.
All right.
The biggest thing that the Zweihander can do well is drag like a mother. You will see this in a moment. You see what I did there? He might be kind of hard to throw him off, though, because he's a good player. But against the general public, actually against just anyone at this rate, you see, he blocked right before I hit him. If you watch my dragging tactics video, you'll see the dragging a bit more in depth. But as you saw there, I essentially dragged it right into him. This is probably one of the slowest weapons in the game, so it's extremely adept at dragging. In that, decelerated dragging, so it'll hit them a lot later, meaning they'll block early. This is probably one of the best weapons for that, because it is so damn slow, and its damage is huge, and its reach is massive. Now, what you don't want to do with the Zweihander, the antithesis of the Zweihander, is attempting to use it as a quick weapon, or attempting to use it at close range, because the damage output can only really damage them best when they're far away. I'm sorry, I didn't word that correctly.
I didn't mean to do that.
The range can only be taken advantage of when you're at range, right? You see this guy's a man-at-arms? His weapon probably has the range of about half of my weapon. His weapon probably has half the range of my weapon. You see, I got too close. I let him get too close, and he killed me. That is essentially how you beat a Zweihander. You get up close to the user, and you get in their face, and you just face hug and kill them. So that's why, as a Zweihander user, you want to use your distance to your advantage as much as possible, right? You want to use your bubble. See, I just went right next to him in that strike. You see, I'm going to move back a little. You want to keep your distance. You want to let them come to you. You want to let them break the bubble. You see? That was right outside my distance.
You can't all be peasants.
So, it hit him right with the tip. And that's what you want to do. You want to hit him right with the tip of the weapon. All right? I'm telling McMuffin to go Vanguard, because I just went against Man-at-Arms. Now, against Man-at-Arms, you want to keep your distance all the time, because you do not want them to get close, because if they do, they will probably kill you, because they're so fast. You are not fast with this weapon. You just have a lot of damage, and you can hit them if they're on the moon, basically. So don't try to take advantage of your speed. You don't have any. Just drag as much as you can. All right, now we're going to try to find McMuffin. Yes, there's McMuffin. All right, now, when the opponent has an equally ranged weapon, it becomes very difficult, unless you can take full advantage of your dragging capabilities. So, at this point, the only thing I have is my drags. And you see, even then, anybody can face-hug a Zweihander user, because the Zweihander is so slow. It's so difficult to hit them if they are aggressive enough. All right, now let's try staying at a range.
Follow me! This way! Yes!
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to let him, you see, his weapon was right outside the range of mine. And I just dragged it right into him. That is essentially the basis of this weapon. Just drag all the time. Don't let them face hug you. If you think dragging's a bad tactic, then wouldn't recommend this weapon, because you're not going to do too well with it. Unless, of course, you're playing Team Objective and you don't mind getting a lot of team kills. Let's show you one more time. Going against a ranged enemy, you see, if you let him get close, he will go full ham and just wreck your face. Okay. Ooh. See? His weapon is a lot faster than yours. Everyone is going to have a faster weapon than you. So you need to rely on distance and damage, not speed. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna fight, some random guy. What's another thing? Yes! One way you can get around people who are... It's pretty much the only way to get around facehuggers with the Zweihander is with the poke drag. You see, he blocked a little early, but that wasn't a very good example of it. You see, it's such a slow poke, you can just drag it right into him. Okay, the poke drag, very good tactic to use against anyone who's trying to face hug you. It's pretty much the only one you can use to save yourself, and it's a good way to get away from them. Your main goal needs to be to get away from the enemy and use your distance, okay? Now the knight, not so many ranged weapons, so it's a lot easier to face knights and men-at-arms who aren't very aggressive than it is to fight vanguards. You see? His weapon does not have nearly the range necessary to engage me. If he's face-hugging you, get that drag going, and get out of his face. Whoop! There you go, right on the tip of the sword. And knights are slow enough where you can normally hit them with your drags because they can't run out of the way. That's something you got to watch out for with knights. You see, McMuffin, the guy who's helping me, he said he didn't even think it would get to me because from their perspective, it's such a long weapon and it's just outside of the range. So it can be a bit disorienting to the enemy to see such a huge weapon. So let's try fighting someone with a sword now. I'm sorry, a sword and shield. Now, against a shield, you just want to keep whacking. Because the great thing is, you can afford to, thanks to the range of your weapon. But if he's using something as fast as the Norse sword, you need to get away from him. Quickly. Okay. One more thing you need to be very careful of with the Zweihander. Make all your hits count. If you don't think you can make a hit, and you're within range of your opponent's weapon, then don't even worry about it, because, as you saw there, the recovery for the weapon is very long. After you strike, you've got about a whole second of sword slash before you can slice again. So be very careful with that. Be aware of your Zweihander recovery time. I think that's just about all of the aspects of the Zweihander I can talk about today. I went against Man-at-Arms, Vanguard, and Knight, and I taught you guys a little bit about fighting each of them. Just an overview of the Zweihander. It's super long, does a ton of damage. It's very slow, but you have to use that to your advantage by using dragging. If you can't properly make use of drags, then you're not going to be able to really do much with it. You're not going to be very productive with it. And a fun move you can do if they're face-hugging you, go for the poke drag. And even if you just need a little bit more distance, go for the poke drag. And watch that recovery time. That is a big killer of Zweihander users. Now, you see me using the overhead. This is something I didn't mention. You see me using the overhead kind of sparingly, because the overhead is somewhat difficult to drag as a Zweihander user, because it is the slowest attack to reach the enemy. Now, you might think, oh, slow, that means we can just drag it, right? Well, that also means they can interrupt it very easily. So, I didn't want to miss that little tidbit there. Let's just kill McMuffin. Ah! Ah! McMuffin! What are you doing? Oh, man. Oh, damn. Come on, I can get you. Ooh! And there you have it. The fast weapon beats the slow weapon at just enough distance. And I give you guys the overview. It's big ass. It does a ton of damage. It's slow, so use dragging. I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys like the new tactics format. I want to use this from here on. If you guys enjoyed it more than regular tactics, I know I'm only fighting one enemy, but I make the fights a little dynamic, fighting different classes, and I can teach you guys in a very structured manner. As before, I was just kind of swinging around against random enemies. Yes. If you do like it, please like, favorite, subscribe. If you don't, leave a comment. Let me know. You know, dislike it. I'm not afraid of dislikes. But please do let me know any feedback you have about it, because I listen to my people. Ah! Ah! Ooh! Okay. I definitely listen to my people. I'm just going to get this one little duel with McMuffin over. Oh, man! Okay. Alright, as you can see, the faster weapon beats the slower weapon. So, I hope you guys have a dandy day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys later.